that my body just wasn't capable of healing. After I was diagnosed with MS in 2005, and my doctor said to me, "You have autoimmune. This is going to be with you for the rest of your life. You're going to continue to decline, continue to get sicker, and there's nothing else you can do." This was a belief I took on. I was 22 years old at the time. And so I went around for the next 8 years of my life just assuming that this was fact. It was from my doctor, and everything that your doctor says, you can't question that, you can't argue that. That's something that I also believed growing up, that medicine was the final answer. There was nothing else you could do. And so if that were true though, why are there so many people who do have autoimmune or do have a chronic condition, have been given a chronic illness diagnosis, who are now thriving, who are now doing phenomenally? And if this were true, I wouldn't be where I am now. I've been symptom free for more than 8 years, not taking medication, and living a life that I could only have dreamed of in the past because I thought that I was just going to continue to decline. When I was taking medication, I never got better. My symptoms just continued to increase, and there were side effects. And so I had to take other medications. And then there were symptoms and side effects from those as well. I had no energy. I stopped making plans. My friends stopped inviting me places because I was canceling all of the time because I never knew how I was going to feel from one day to the next. I had terrible brain fog. I used to lose my train. Now I'm going to screw up my words. I used to lose my train of thought mid sentence, and you start to kind of question, like, what's going on? What's wrong with me? And am I ever going to get better? But this belief that there's nothing you can do or anything that the doctor says, yes, doctors have a very valid role in our lives, in society. When it comes to emergencies, doctors are very important. But if you're living with an autoimmune condition or a chronic health diagnosis, there are other things you can do. Have you explored? Have you looked for natural options? And something that I see on TikTok a lot of the times is we can fall into a trap of thinking it just is what it is, and I just need to accept this. And if that's what you're choosing to do, I mean, everyone's entitled to do whatever they want, but what if there were natural things you could do? And that may involve diet, that may involve lifestyle changes, that may involve making changes in the people you surround yourself with. Where are the stressors in your life that are causing your body to hyperreact, that are causing your immune system to go out of control? And so these are the kind of questions that we've helped clients with. I've helped more than 100 women and some men as well, but address what's the root cause of the health problems that they're dealing with. If it weren't possible to get healthy despite this diagnosis, despite this condition that you've been labeled with, I wouldn't be here today. And I was lucky enough to have the inspiration of Dr. Terry Walls, who's a woman who was also diagnosed with MS. And when I first heard her story, I was in the place of just taking the medication, doing everything my doctor said, continuing to get sicker and sicker and sicker. And Dr. Walls showed me what was possible. This was a woman who was also living with MS, who had a tilt shift wheelchair. She couldn't function very well on her own at all. She couldn't get up out of her chair. She couldn't spend time with her family. And she used nutrition, used holistic options and methods to help herself get back to a place of better health. She now speaks on stages. I saw a video of her riding her bike and was like, oh, okay, maybe there are other options. And this is why I share with people, because I want you to know that there are other things that you can do. Medicine, again, is phenomenal and has lots of value and provides so many things for us, but it's not the only answer. And if you are dealing with something that's not an emergency, something that's symptoms keep coming back, you're not getting healthy or you're not staying healthy. If you're taking medication and you're having to take it over and over and over again, is it really solving the problem? And when it comes to chronic health stuff, I was injecting myself every day for 7 years. I was taking all of the medications and they weren't helping me. And that's what we've seen with a lot of clients as well. They go into their doctor and the solution is medication. The solution is suppressing the symptoms. And when we help them find what is the cause, why are you having the symptoms that you're having in the first place? And what does your body need to get back into balance so that it can start healing again? These human bodies that we live in are designed to be self healing. But the problem is that we have so many things that interfere with them, that especially today. We have so many external circumstances. Our environment is causing such a stress on our systems that they're constantly fighting. And if your body is constantly in a state of fight or flight, constantly fighting a war with its environment, your body, your symptoms, your illness is a logical response to your environment, to your body essentially being poisoned. We have these things in front of us all of the time. We have heavy metals in the air, in our water. We have parasites. We have mold. We have my cell phone. I held up radiation. Take a look at your cell phone right now. How many Wi Fi signals do you have access to? I live in a townhouse. I have 8 to 10 at all times, even while I'm sleeping. All of these things that we don't even think about because they're just a part of our daily lives are causing stress on our systems at all time. And when your body's in a stress state, digestion's not a priority, hormones are not a priority, and neither is your immune system. So healing is not a priority. So if you're someone who's been living and that's a belief that you've had in the past that either my body isn't capable of healing, or if your doctor says there's nothing you can do, I guess that's just fact. That's just the truth. What if you question that? Because I'm sure you know someone or people who were sick and are now better. So if other people can do it, is it a fact or is it just a belief? So, if you're someone who's living with autoimmune, I have a webinar coming up next Tuesday at noon. We're going to do a midday one this time, and it's talking all about how you can take control of your autoimmune health naturally. We're going to take a look at 3 of the big triggers that I often see come up with autoimmune clients and things you can start doing today to start helping your body get back to a place of healing. So if this is something you're interested in, I will drop the link for this in the comments below. And I hope to see you there. And anytime, if you ever have questions or need any support, you can reach out. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. This is Kate McDowell from Aligned Natural Health. And my goal, my purpose on this planet is to help people find ways that they can support their body so they can get back into better health naturally. So have a great evening, and I will talk to you soon.